Hello there and welcome. Welcome to Tuesdays with Edith. And now, let's hear what Edith has to say today.
Right now, and what I'll do is I'll take this in the house in 5 minutes or so and plug this into the computer, and the pictures and the sounds and the barking is all being recorded right now. And and when I go to the computer, I put it in the computer and I can see it on the screen, and I can cut out pieces and I can put words on it, and yeah, right near you. Now, what you can do is we can talk for a moment.
Yeah.
Now, we can explain who this is going to, and they will hear you. Now, who is this for? Lynette?
Lynette and the whole family who want to see Grandma's flowers.
There you go. And we're going to take other pictures of the flowers. Now, why don't you tell them, how long have you been doing this, for example? Like
40 years.
40 years of tending to the flowers?
Yeah, right.
I think that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
Every time I say it, I think I'm lying. I can't possibly
How could I possibly
be here.
have said and been here doing that? Oh, you're right. In the same place, you literally mean.
How many grandparents do we know anymore that live in the same place 40 years?
Not anymore.
No.
No. That went away.
So,
I think it's because people started moving around more, so there were more strangers in the neighborhood. People were protected like that. So.
yeah, in the East there's a name for that. What are you? Not a traveler. There's a name they call you. Because you're always on the move. What is that?
Oh, you mean in the Far East, the nomad?
Nomad. Thanks, Tom. I knew there was a
Well,
word.
in America, yeah. You know,
There are no nomads.
when you were born, I don't expect people probably traveled in general more than 50 miles from where they were born, I bet.
Oh yeah.
You
oh,
know?
Yeah.
Your parents, for example.
Well,
Unless they were making the big move.
yeah, for a job.
Yes.
But
Or
like
to just
like my
completely-
grandparents, where they lived, I mean, you could walk 2 blocks and there would be
Yeah.
Uncle Earl
Yeah.
or Aunt Edith or
Aunt,
somebody,
yeah.
there was somebody, no matter where you were, there was a relative there.
Sure.
Well, see,
Who
I
had your best interest in
yeah,
heart?
yeah. Well, see, living in Michigan, my dad came here for a job with General Motors. We never had that. My mother, I always felt sorry for my mother because she had 9 kids and never had a relative to lean on. You know, that's a tough life. I don't care what anyone says. But when you have 9 kids and you've got a sister-in-law or an aunt or a cousin, you can call and say, I need some help today. But when you move to a place like this and have 9 children and you're all alone,
Yeah.
I don't know how she did it.
That's one of the things my Katrina would often say, that she wished she had some family she could call on to help do stuff. You know, an aunt, a mother, a sister, a niece even, in some cases, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, but see, that just kind of happened with my mother more than other persons in the generation. I think my mother suffered the worst because I had brothers and sisters. I only have one brother left out of all of them. And he lives down in Adrian. He calls about every 3 months, but I did have relatives here that I could yell for, but that's gone from my life now because they've either died or their families have all moved away. My brother Earl was the smartest man in the world. He was in the plastic business, and General Motors wanted to start growing, and so they hired Earl to come to work for them. And they built the plastics plant here, and then they built one in Adrian. So he got all his kids a job there. Now, when I go down there for a birthday party or an anniversary or a wedding, there's 50 kids there, and they're all Earls. Now, that's rare to see. I mean, I just went to a wedding a couple months ago down there. And I mean, and grandpa, and I haven't seen that in years. And this one little guy, about 5 years old, comes up, he says, Grandpa, here, open your mouth. And he put a chocolate in. Pretty soon the little guy comes back, and he's got a damn kid like this, and he wipes Grandpa's face off. I said, oh my God.
Goodness.
I haven't saw things like that in years.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you go down there, it's Grandpa this, Grandpa that. I said, Earl, you must feel like
When you have some family come by again,
yeah.
and you're all just sitting out here talking,
Yeah.
let me know the day before they show up, and I'll bring this out and just set it up in the corner back there like I did right now.
Good.
And you just go ahead and talk.
Yeah, yeah.
I can get 3 hours and 45 minutes on a single shot.
You know,
Well,
ask a young kid to do something like Albert over there. Albert, you know, he was out there one day, and Kay said, "Well, Albert could help you with the yard." And Albert says, "Oh yeah," and I said, "Well, Albert, I'll gladly pay you whenever you can." Never saw Albert again. I mean, see, that's the difference in our age group. Give me 25 cents, I'll shovel your whole
yeah,
driveway.
well, sure, yeah, well, yeah. When 25 cents actually was, you know, I was telling some kids the other day. I said, "Do you guys know where this comes from?" Dun 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 dun. They go, "No." So, well, let me tell you. A shave and a haircut, 2 bits was a quarter.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
Right.
You know, and,
Go to the movie for 10 cents with a cup. That also gets you a candy bar.
yeah, with something left over.
Yeah.
For a candy
Well, I
bar.
remember riding the bus was 7 cents. And the reason I can remember it so well was it was colder than heck, and I'm headed out, and I said, I ought to take the bus. Well, I looked in my pocket, I didn't have enough money to get out of the bus. I thought, oh, forget it, I'll walk home. I bet I hadn't walked a block, and there was 7 cents on the ground.
No kidding.
7 cents on
Oh
the ground.
my gosh, just sitting there waiting for you.
Yeah, so that picture's always in my mind. It was 7 cents to ride the bus.
Huh, okay.
Well, now look at what it is
Do
today.
you have any idea what year that might have been approximately?
Yes, it was 1942.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
And it was 7 cents to ride the bus in 1942.
How about in Flint?
Yeah.
How about
so
that?
can you imagine what it? And the same way, when we had the trolley cars was the best transportation there ever was.
Those are my earliest memories of not maybe the trolley cars, but the buses that had the electric that went up to the wires. Is that a trolley car?
No, that's not.
That's
a
different.
bus. That is a
right,
bus.
electric bus.
But the thing was, they came to the schools and gave lectures to the whole, you go to the auditorium, and why were they telling the kids all this stuff? Why were you trying to brainwash the kids?
With what?
With getting rid of the trolley cars.
Oh.
So we got rid of the trolley cars. When we got rid of the trolley cars, then the next thing they brought the buses that hung on the wires. Then the next thing they got rid of that. And then the next thing is now we've got gasoline buses that are now costing. The cost is going up,
Yeah. That's what it is.
And in the meantime, when they're doing it, each thing they're telling us how cheap it's going to be.
The next time up,
But it never was. It never was,
yeah,
Tom.
well, that's the world right now,
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
You know, it's
By
a crazy.
the way, Tom,
Yeah.
how many ounces is in a gallon?
A gallon?
Yeah.
I don't know in ounces. I think in terms of quarts and pints. When I think of gallons, I couldn't tell you an ounce.
All right, let me ask you then.
I could figure it out.
All right, how many quarts is in a gallon?
Quarts? I don't know. 4 quarts is in a gallon or something like that, or 2. I don't know.
It'd be more than 2.
You're really asking, huh?
Yeah.
Why do you need to
Well,
know?
because I figured out the other day while I was standing in the grocery store and looking at what it costs for a bottle of water.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I thought, how many bottles are in a gallon? God, there's a bunch of gallons in a bottle, and we're paying $1 for this. So we're paying like $12 for a gallon of water.
Yeah,
And everybody's doing it.
and you still have a plastic bottle that needs to be disposed of,
And still you have that.
which
also.
goes into the landfill
There's all those bottles besides
for
that.
a drink of water.
But we are paying $12 a gallon
yeah.
for water, and we don't want to pay $4 for a gallon of
Yeah,
water.
yeah, well,
And
yeah.
water we can get free.
Yeah.
See, we could get that free.
Mm-hmm.
But now we got brainwashed into drinking this stupid water. And I'll
I
tell
don't
you, you
do
know
that.
why I don't drink bottled water?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was in Rome when the water company Pierre Water company had to shut down because they had something contaminating got in the water. They had to shut the plant down to clean it.
Okay.
I thought, how many of these bottles are out there in the United States and around the world they're not going to recall?
Hmm.
And I thought, I'll be darned, I won't drink bottled water. But look at the money I saved.
Sure. Oh yeah. Well, I had a filter put on mine, and I wanted to. I had local water, but it goes through a really intense filtering.
Yeah.
And so that's what I drink. I don't buy bottles either.
Yeah. Well, I just drink the water.
Yeah.
And
If
but
somebody offers me one, I'll take it. But
well, okay,
somewhere.
I've had people
Locally.
okay, yeah.
Locally here.
Somebody offered me a bottle of water.
And it's a hot day.
We're
I mean,
going
sure.
shopping somewhere, and they'll
Yeah.
say, "Well, I brought you a bottle of water."
Sure.
But you're not going to say no and go through. But I do. These people that I'm around all the time just screaming about the price of gas. And, well, gee, we don't want to go to Frankenmuth because it costs that much in gas. And they've just spent $12 for a gallon of water.
Yeah. Well, they didn't see that, though.
I know it, but they're
Yeah.
going to, if they're with me,
Yeah,
they're going to
yeah.
keep, because I'm telling
Yeah.
everybody.
Oh, you must be a real spoil sport wherever you go, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know how much you're spending right there?
Yeah, for that water.
Do you have any idea?
Yeah, right.
Grandma, stop it.
I know, but that's my crusade for a while. I'm so sick of being with people
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, I don't want to go
Yeah.
I don't want to go down there to Great Lakes shopping. 'Cause look what it costs me in gas." I think that's what's got me.
As they
figured,
sit with their bottle of water in
yeah,
their hand?
right.
Is that
Well,
what you're
that's
saying?
what's got to me. Tom.
I gotta tell you, there's something wrong with the
I
price
know.
of gas. Is that
That's what's got to me.
Yeah, yeah.
There's everyone's complaining about gas. Well, did you know you could go into Flint and save 2 cents on gas? I'm not going to drive to Flint and save 2 cents.
No,
But
no,
the thing is,
I,
they've got so crazy. Now they're going to hear my story.
Sure, sure.
I got this one figured out.
Well, I tell you what, they're really going to hear it now
Oh,
because
Tom, no,
I've been
we didn't
getting
do that,
you here.
did we?
And Darylyn's going to have a really good laugh now, you know? So in closing, what would you like to say to her? I'll edit out the stuff where you talk
Miss
about people.
Lynette?
When you talk about people behind their backs,
Okay.
I'll edit that out.
Okay.
You know,
Well,
so-
hey, Lynette, I want to tell you, I didn't realize I was on camera when I was saying
That's
all
why
this stuff.
That's why it's going to be fun.
Yeah, but you can take it with you to your next meeting at the oil company.